Neil deGrasse Tyson finished his segment on asteroids by showing some responses that college students gave when asked what they would do if they knew an asteroid was going to destroy the Earth tomorrow. The first one said, go to church and then get drunk. Second one said, spend money on hookers and alcohol. The third one said, get married, forget the honeymoon and just get loaded. And the fourth one was party, get drunk, and then have a date with Cindy Crawford. These four all had one thing in common. He said the issue is that nobody said they would try and figure out a way to stop the asteroid, which could fix the problem altogether. So he used this also as an introduction into embarrassing quotes. And he said, don't even get me started about the New York Times. Of course, being a little bitter still about this article from 12 years ago with the headline, Pluto's not a planet, only in New York. Then he continued with all the embarrassing quotes throughout history. He started with one from Wilbur Wright. Man will not fly for 50 years. That was said in 1901, 2 years before Wilbur and his brother Orville managed to be the first to fly. Let's look at what Orville has to say. He says, no flying machine will ever fly from New York to Paris, because no motor can run at the requisite speed for 4 days without stopping. From 1932, here's one. There is no hope for the fanciful idea of reaching the moon because of insurmountable barriers to escaping the Earth's gravity. Then in 1957, there's another quote about how, regardless of future advancements, man will never reach the moon. Of course, then space race got going and people started over-predicting. You get this one from the Wall Street Journal that pretty much says we will have men on Mars by 1985. Then he read one about how there will be a manned lunar base by 1986, and that by the year 2000, 50,000 people will be living and working in space. He said, in the year 2000, there were only 3. So, just sort of an interesting thing to think about. And look back and remember that all of these quotes made perfect sense at the time, given what is going on. So what I'm wondering is, what are we saying today that in the future is going to sound really stupid? In my next installment, I will be covering our faulty memory as told by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And as always, thanks for watching.